What up, homies? So, homies. Hope everyone's doing well, fair to median. How's that? I think that's the best we can hope for today, these days. This is the only day we got, so this is the day I'm going to talk about. I might dabble into a little bit of yesterday because I got a cool story, but well, it's not cool, but I digress. Anyway, so things things are just volatile right now. When I say volatile, man, people are just losing their minds. Have you noticed that? People are just coming just unhinged. You know, one of the reasons why I do these little videos is because I'm living in my truth. Yep. See, I was silent for a real long time, and I ain't gonna do that anymore. For the first part of my life, I had to listen to everybody else tell me what they thought of me and who I was and what you're supposed to be in society and all of that stuff. And, you know, since I had this little this little light bulb moment that I've had, I've done nothing but live in my truth ever since I moved here to Seattle, Oregon. You know, and people don't necessarily agree with that. It's a hard time for people cutting away people and things that no longer serve you. It is not easy to do. Long-time relationships are ending. Let them go. Maybe they'll come back. Who knows? But you know what? If people weren't around much anyway, what are you gonna miss? You know? I know that there's just a lot of people struggling. A lot of people. All walks of life. All walks of life. And there's just so many light workers that are just freaking exhausted. Wiped out, depleted. Tarot card readers just, you know, some of them are just, I mean, we're all just trying to pass, you know, make things a little bit brighter in life. We're all just trying to make things a little bit better. And it seems like the stronger I stand in my faith, the more I'm met with sometimes counter freaking energies, you know. I always know that things will be alright. I don't get worried until people start telling me that why aren't I worried? And I'm like, what's the point, dude? Anyway, I'm worried, but not worried because I have faith. And I'm doing all the stuff I'm supposed to do the best I can with the means that I have at this point. You know, I didn't have interwebs for, 9-10 days? Just shy of 2 weeks, we'll say. And during that time, I gotta tell you, I got the opportunity to really go within. Man. At one point, it was kind of a trip because it was like the day of the time change, and my technologies are always wonky, and I'm having trouble with cable and getting internet set up because I'm not doing cable anymore. It's just a freaking racket, and I'm tired of freaking that. So I wash my hands of them. So interwebs only, and house landline. And, you know, life happens, and yesterday they came and got my car, and, you know, honestly, when I called the guy about, I don't know, a few months back, I cleaned it out, and I told him, like, you know, I'm trying to sell it, I'm trying to make things right, and settle my debt with you all, and, you know, people just aren't really interested in buying this car, and it's not like I didn't really try. So, I told him, I'm like, is there some place I can take it for you or something, you know? And then I just kept driving it, and it was still here, and it's still here. And yesterday I laid down for a meditation, and it was the first meditation I got to listen to since with interwebs, and it's hard to meditate freaking just concentrating on your breath. And not moving for an hour. That's not easy to do without, especially when I'm so used to my binaural beats and my drums and stuff like that. So I was super excited for this meditation because I knew I was going to get some stuff done during that time. And I started my meditation, and it was about, I don't know, I was into it because I know I got past the point where I got past the me without I, the I without me. I got to the I without me, the third one. And Loretta came in, and sometimes she'll come in during my meditation. I'll announce that I'm meditating. Sometimes she'll come in and want me to start the TV, but if it's not that urgent, she'll step out. But she closed the door, and I could hear her because I kind of came out of it, and then she comes in, and she stands there for a second because I can hear the door open, and then she like shakes my foot, and then I wake up, and she's like, the tow truck's here. So I'm like in a deep meditative state, only to wake up to the tow truck here, and I walk out, and I'm like, are you guys from the impound? And he's like, yeah. Or the repo, are you guys the repo men? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, it's all ready for you to go. I'm like, there's the hubcaps right there. Because one fell off, and I just took all the rest off, and like, it's all clean inside, and sucks to put gas in it yesterday a little bit, but oh well. And then they were on their way, and that was the last part of my Midwestern life. It went off, and knowing it's coming and stuff like that, I have no remorse, and I mean, it's just it's weird that I think it's more of ego deflation, I think, because it's not like I didn't want to. It's just circumstances didn't make it possible. So, then I went for a walk because I was pretty wound up. So I went for a walk, and I walked up to check up on this gig I'm trying to get him super excited about. And did my due diligence and kept on walking up the road a little bit. And there's this little consignment store that I passed by, and I've walked past it before, but I've also driven past it, and I've noticed it, and I walked in, and the dude had a Toshiba laptop, and it was flipped open, and I noticed the sticker. I think it said, I wish I remember what the frickin' sticker said, but the font was for Black Flag. And so the dude comes out, and he was like a Gary, and I was like, yeah, Black Flag. And the dude comes out, and he's like a Jerry Garcia looking dude. And we chatted for a while, and I was like, I was just kind of having a bad day, and I like to pop into places like this, see what they got, and I had a bow tie on a shirt, because that's what you do when you get your car repoed. You put it on one of your best shirts and your third favorite bow tie, and go check in on a job application. So my bow tie on and stuff like that, or one of them, and we chatted up for a little while, and I asked him if he had some, and some dude just went in and bought them all, and I was like, right on, cool, whatever. But I know him that he gets them all. I'll come back one day and check in. And then I went on my way, and God bless you, Tucky, all right over there? God bless you, Father, to be in heaven. And and then I went on to the next place, or I was gonna go a little ways longer, and it's starting to get a little chilly, and I had layers on and stuff like that, and it was starting to get dark and stuff. Although I'm always safe and cautious. And so I was gonna head back home, and next to the consignment store, about two doors down, I think there's an upholstery shop in between them. There's a barber shop, and I hadn't had a haircut in a long time, and haircut day is just, oh God, ain't nothing make a girl feel better and prettier than a haircut. So he did me good. He did me good. Finally, first good haircut I've had since I moved here. So now I feel real good. Except he didn't have ATM, so I had to go up a little farther to use the ATM. And he closes in about 10 minutes, so I didn't want to take up too much more of his time. So I'm striking up the street, and I'm walking on the sidewalk in front of this restaurant, and there's this old woman pulling out, and she's like in the sidewalk, or like halfway through the sidewalk, or three-quarters of the way through the sidewalk. She gives me about this, but I'm skinny now, so I don't need a lot of room. So I freaking walk past her, freaking smack the hood of her car, because I'm really tired of freaking the way drivers treat pedestrians and bicyclists and stuff. It's like, this is like basic. You don't park on a sidewalk when you're pulling out, ever. You just don't. I remember getting dinged for that on my driver's test when I was 16 years old. Pretty sure that hasn't changed. So I freaking smacked this broad's car, and as soon as I turn around, I feel something in my leg, and I was like, boom, and I look up, and this freaking broad hits me driving an SUV. And I was like, and when something hits you, what do? You just kind of go with it. Well, that's what I do. When I start to fall, I roll with it. It's the resistance that causes you pain, so I just kind of fucking let my knee go, and I was like, what the fuck? I just got hit by a car. Are you fucking kidding me? And she just looks at me blankly. And I'm in a hurry, right? So I had to go up, use the ATM. I freaking flash at the place where I'm using the ATM. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh, shit. And I'm like, God hates gays and universe and why are you mean to me? And what? I can't. I mean, like, I think as a spectrometer, a highly in tune, sensitive being to universal energies, my greatest frustration is there is no logic in any of what has transpired in the last 2 hours. I just couldn't believe it. And so I went back, paid the guy for my haircut. Then I went back to the restaurant to find the woman. And I found her. And I walked up to her. She had her 4 kids in the car. Now, mind you, all 4 of her freaking towhead kids. What is that? I don't know if that. Blonde-headed kids. They're all blonde-headed. You know, I mean, she was in an SUV, probably. It wasn't a Navigator, but it was shiny, and she was all dolled up. And, you know, by definition, probably fits under pretty, even. So I walked in the restaurant, and I found her, and I stood in front of her, and I was like, you know, it's not every day you get to hit somebody, or you hit somebody with your car. So I thought I'd come in and find you and give you an opportunity to apologize to me face to face, because you had no interest outside, and I had some place to be, but now I don't. So here's your chance. And the first thing she said to me was like, yeah, I'm sorry. And then I was like, so, that's it? You hit someone with your car and you're sorry? That's it? And then her tune changed to, you ran into me. You want to see my knee? Look. See my knee? Can you tell it's bruised? Anyway, there was a wait at the restaurant, and this was right in front of about 4 or 5 different people. And then this is the part that's funny. This is the part that gets me. This is the part that this is why society's really in trouble. This part right here that I'm about to tell you. This plastic broad. Plastic. Ain't nobody gonna wreck her world because she's created it exactly how she wanted. But evidently now you get to a certain tax bracket, you don't gotta treat people with courtesy or anything like that. I said, maybe we should call the authorities. She's like, you need to leave. You're making me uncomfortable. I'm like, uncomfortable? You hit me with your car. Now, then this other woman over here at this restaurant said, maybe you guys need to exchange information and be on your way because there's children present. I'm like, yeah, they were. I didn't say this. This was actually directed to me by a woman where I was using the ATM. She made a good point. I wish God, it would have been Jackie. I wish I would have had your brain in that instance and told the bride, well, you know, they were in your car when you hit me and you didn't really have a problem with that. Anyway, and then she tried to bring her children into it and like point them like, I have 4 witnesses that said that you ran into me. I'm like, they are all under 4 years old. That is on borderline gross that you would put your children in that kind of position. So, and then the waiter comes over and then the waiter is like taking her side. And he went to go talk to his manager. Finally, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let universe take care of you. Because you're not worth my energy. And I reached down into her ear and I whispered, you are a stupid, stupid bitch. And I left. Because what's going to happen? Chances are, the way my luck is going, that broad probably freaking, she's probably there feeding her freaking blonde baby beauties because her husband is on the freaking swing shift as a cop. And she would probably, that's the way my luck goes, right? So chances are, they call the cops, I'm probably the one who goes to jail. Then who's going to feed the dogs? Because Loretta ain't going to remember to. Anyway, so I left and I stopped at the manager because the server was talking to the manager on the way out, and the manager at that restaurant was top notch, and she just heard me out. I'm like, you know what? I'm not here trying to cause some problems. When is it okay to hit people with cars? And then it's like, you go in and eat dinner, and it's cool. It's just weird. So I just had to come in and say my piece to this woman and let her know that she sucks. And I know that she will never forget me. I am not complaining. Except for her. But the fact is, my whole point in all of these videos and stuff like that is, you can lose everything. You can have pretty much nothing. And still spread joy. Because I didn't let that wreck my day. I told the manager, you know, I appreciate your time. Of all the restaurants she had to come into, you know, whatever. But I'm not letting stuff go. Because I have always been too much. It's hard for me to find people that are just enough like me. But those people, they're my soul tribe. Whether you're my 25, whether I encounter you on the street, my whole purpose on this planet is regardless if I get my car repoed, if I get the freaking water shut off, I don't have internet for almost 2 weeks. I got a sense of humor, and if I can spread laughter and joy, I'm going to do it. So, that is my 2 cents about the world today. Just today. Tomorrow's a new day. 11/11. Oh, God. Today's kind of an anniversary for me. I think it was, 15, 16 years ago. I got it. Anyway. November 10th. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. I think it means something a little bit different to be a veteran than it used to. To end up on a funny note, it's Veterans Day, but they put out this whole list of places that you can go that will, you know, you can get a freaking Slurpee or an icy or something like that. All you got to do is bring in your active duty ID. Yet it's Veterans Day. So the world is wonky. Look for the joy. Look for the light. Enjoy the little things, because the big things are fewer and far between. Peace. Be well.